Welcome, Leos, to your February 2021 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you tuned in, I'm still offering free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. This is a wonderful month filled with emotion. It's Valentine's Day this month, so happy Valentine's Day for you if you follow that day. Now, this month, I just want to say if you do take up the opportunity to get a free reading because you're a new subscriber, please be patient. I do get a lot of people asking questions at the beginning of the month, so it does take some time to get back to you, but I promise I will get back to every person who subscribes and asks a question. Now let's get into this month's reading. Now, you start out the month with the energy of Judgment. Now, Judgment is actually a wonderful card. This is that card of things being renewed and refreshed. And it's telling you that you are close to completing an important task in your life. And what this card's asking you to do is it's asking you to pause and to review the past and your achievements and what you've actually done today. And it's asking you to do this so you can decide where it is that you want to go next. Now, this can include career changes for a lot of you, and it's really sort of saying you've got to take the time to think through your options really carefully. So when you get that Judgment card, really think about what it is that you want to do, because you may have some big decisions coming up for you in February. But what this card does say is it's kind of assuring you that you are ready for any endeavor that you've been preparing for. So if you've got school exams or legal proceedings or tests or any kind of thing like that, they're going to really go well for you. Now, this card can also talk about perhaps having someone make a judgment about you as well, and or a situation that you are going through, and you might have to sort of defend yourself in some area. But Judgment really does talk about a new lease on life, new beginnings, new paths to go down. And I think this is going to be happening really quickly because it's right next to the Knight of Swords. And knights are movement. Movement in thoughts, in your mind, in the way you think. And the thing with the Knight of Swords is it is very fast movement as well. And, you know, you might feel like your life's been moving very slowly, or perhaps not even moving at all, particularly with the whole COVID situation. But when the Knight of Swords shows up, it's like stepping into a whirlwind. It really is a card of action. And as I mentioned, action by action in your mind, so to speak, because the swords are all about your mind, your thoughts, your intellect. So I feel like you are going to be really thinking through some successful solutions, and this could be the new direction, the new path that you will be taking in beginning perhaps in February or from February onwards. The Judgment card is a major arcana, so it's talking about a significant event. And you've got the most wonderful card as well right next to it. But I'll go into that in a little bit more. I'll just go on to the Knight of Swords, continue with the Knight of Swords. Now, when it comes to making any decisions about which direction you're wanting to go in, or how to proceed in your life from this moment on, when you get any sword card, as I mentioned, it's all about the mind, all about thoughts. So what this card is saying, if you have to make a decision, it really isn't the time for making emotional choices. You really need to decide via your intellect rather than your heart in this situation. There are other times when you need to go with your heart, but this month I'm feeling you need to really think about it. Now, because the Knight has got such swift energy, such swift movement, it can be difficult sometimes to think through your choices before acting, but it really is important to ponder out all your alternatives and really consider what it is that you want out of making the decision. By making the decision, what are you desiring to come out of this decision before you get too far down the road? So really think it through. But as I said, the Sun card there, wow, I don't feel like too much is going to be going wrong. I think when the Sun card comes out, you are going to be getting wonderful new epiphanies and new ideas, and infinite opportunities are going to be presented to you guys and girls. And it's almost like they're going to be just popping into your consciousness. You are going to have these things flooding in, and you're actually going to be able to move on them and act on them. Now, the Sun is a card of someone who really has self-confidence, and it's always also talking about your self-confidence rising and growing. So February is looking like such a wonderful time for you to be making any decisions and moving on to any thoughts and ideas that you do have. Now, when you get the Sun card, it just not only just talks about joy and happiness and success, but if you keep your thoughts positive, there is absolutely no way you cannot be successful. That's what the Sun card talks about. It's just such a great card. And it also, if you've been unwell, it really talks about returning to vibrant physical and emotional health as well. But just such a wonderful card of new ideas, new inspiration, joy, abundance, happiness. Beautiful card, beautiful. And right next to that, you've got the Knight of Cups. So 2 knights in your reading, Leos. A lot of movement, a lot of intellectual movement, a lot of emotional movement and energy in February. Now, the Knight of Cups indicates powerful new emotional experiences, and it's almost like that card of being swept off your feet. So this could be a new love for some of you, could be with a water sign here. I can see you've got the Queen of Cups, so that is Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. But it can refer to falling in love or marriage or any sort of romantic emotional experience that kind of causes you to swoon. And it is, as I mentioned, Valentine's Day, so you could be having a wonderful Valentine's Day this February for yourself. And, you know, with the Knight of Cups, the energy is so intense that it really can kind of knock you off balance a little bit, causing you to swoon. And so try to remember to stay quite grounded as well. Don't let yourself get too carried away emotionally. Now, for those of you that are not interested in love and have no inclination about love or romance, it could just mean that you might be invited out to a wonderful social event or a social occasion. So that is something lovely to look forward to in February as well. Now, as I mentioned, the Queen of Cups. So the Knight and the Queen there. But the Queen of Cups is also another really deeply emotional card. And it kind of asks you to care for others, but also to make sure that you are nurturing yourself just as much. And when you get the Queen of Cups, it's like a lot of deep feelings, a lot of deep emotional feelings are coming up for you. And there's something very significant going on in your relationship as well. And this can be relationships that are just deep friendships as well. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic relationships, so it can be platonic relationships, but just something very significant going on. Now, you also have the card of the Page of Pentacles, which is an earth sign. So this is the Capricorn card, but this can be any earth sign. So you could also be having a romance with an earth sign here, Capricorn. It could be new and wonderful, but I'm jumping all over the place again. Sorry. So just to go back to the Queen of Cups, this can also be a card about really profound psychic experiences as well. And you're asked to listen to your guidance and your feelings and your intuition very closely in February as well. That's very important. And this can be in terms of this Judgment card. So in terms of making a decision about where it is that you are wanting to go next in your life, listen to those inner feelings, those inner thoughts, your minds, the messages that come through to you, because that is going to really help you in making any of those decisions there as well and guide you. Now, as I mentioned, the Page of Pentacles. So this is an earth sign, and when you get the Page of Pentacles, though, just in terms of the meaning of the card, it's looking like good news is coming to you. And all pages are messages or messengers. So this could be positive information about your finances or about your career. And you might find yourself suddenly fascinated with an entirely new subject, or you may want to go back to school to just study a new topic at great length. It's a kind of that card of studying and learning, but it indicates a sense of restlessness in you as well. And you might be eager to do something a bit more meaningful or challenging in your life when you get that Page of Pentacles as well. Now, the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, money. That is a wonderful card as well. The Nine talks about success and luxury and self-nurturing. So that's twice that message has come through for self-nurturing. And I do see you've got the 10 of Wands there. So I feel like you are working very, very hard, and you could be feeling a little bit overburdened there. So this message for nurturing yourself is very important, Leos. Listen to that message coming through. Now, what the Nine of Pentacles talks about is your prosperity, and it's prosperity that hasn't been handed to you. You've earned this by long hours and lots of hard work, and you really deserve rest and relaxation. And this kind of refers to people that could even be in a position of being close to retirement, or it could be that you perhaps have earned enough money now to actually stop working if you choose to. You don't need to continue because you've earned enough funds and money in your life right now to allow you to rest and nurture yourself. But this card is a sign that if you've got any plans to go into business for yourself, or start your own business, these are really good plans and you should pursue them because it's going to turn out wonderfully for you, particularly because the Sun card is right above the Nine of Pentacles there. Now, what this card also talks about is a card of sort of quiet reflection. And it talks about having a little bit of solitude in your life too. This is going to be really good for you. And at this stage in your life, you've learned the difference between solitude and being lonely. There's a difference to being alone and being lonely. And you could actually benefit from just going out on your own and enjoying time in nature. You don't need to be in the company of other people to be happy. So it could be worth your while doing that in February as well. Now, you, as I did touch on there, you've got that 10 of Wands. Now, this is that card of working really hard. And, you know, work can be really fulfilling and exciting, but it can also be exhausting and it can be a chore as well. And this card represents a time in your life when you are working entirely too much without leaving any space for fun and play. And often this card shows up when people are working, you know, 2 jobs, or, you know, it could be that you're a single parent and you're dealing with the challenges of working all day and then caring for the kids and then caring for your house and all of that kind of stuff. And you find yourself so intensely involved in your current life, in day-to-day life, that you don't realize how run down you're actually becoming. And this card can indicate health problems that are created by overwork. So when you get the 10 of Wands, I hope I said the 10 of Wands at the beginning there, the message is really you need to reduce some of your workload and you need to take some time off or delegate tasks to other people whenever possible, you know, because you will make yourself sick if you continue on this trajectory, if I can say that properly. Now, your final card for the month of February is Breaking Barriers. Now, I'm going to read from the book. Now, this is the deck, the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn, and I love the imagery on these cards. It's simple, yet they really spark your intuition. So listen for any messages that come through when you look at that imagery. Now, the affirmation for this card is, I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. How beautiful is that affirmation? So if you're out if you're out alone, walking in nature or by a river or by the beach, keep saying that to yourself in February. Now, this card means there are times to go with the flow, but this isn't one of them. I'm just going to take a drink, guys. Sorry. My voice is cracking here. Now is the time to break through self-imposed barriers. Gather your inner forces and break free from whatever is holding you back. The universe wants you to know, don't let fear or even reason prevent you from overcoming barriers. Trust your instincts and push through. Remember to keep going and don't stop. Just as it takes effort for a chick to hatch out of its shell or a seedling to push through the hard-packed earth, this is your time to use supreme effort to break out of your own shell and reach the light. The energy of breaking through isn't always neat and tidy. So it's okay to feel messy and chaotic for a while. Eventually, the situation will sort itself out and peace will reign. I managed to get it out. Sorry about that, Leos. So that was your message, although coughing and spluttering for you guys in February. I hope that resonated. If you're into crystal jewelry, check out my website at kazana.com.au. There are beautiful one-off crystal pieces there, handmade and designed in Australia by an Australian designer. And all the meanings of the crystals are there as well. So check those out. Have a wonderful month, Leos, and I'll see you next month.